following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
It's time to BS.
Holy Christ, Jack, we're late, early, sorta, depending on who you ask. How you doing, buddy?
Jeez, I feel like we gotta keep that intro music going until like the start of the show so I can just keep like dancing to it eventually.
I want to find a way to do ignore me, belly up, bullshit. There we go, my face is visible again.
Yay, lovely.
Yay! Ain't that fun? So yes, we usually do record our stream on Thursdays, but due to, in fact, that stuff happened, we're a week behind, so...
Lot to catch up on, basically. That's what we're trying to say. I'm eating french fries. It's a good night.
It's a good night. Jack's just being a chill guy.
Exactly. I'm just being a chill guy.
Isn't that being just delightful?
I love it. I see somebody, like... in the background of like WWE, somebody had like that sign at one point, and there was nothing on the sign. It was just a chill guy. I think it was like the week before last or something. It was funny.
That's like the most annoying yet necessary meme I've ever seen. Like we've been around some shitty memes of late, but that one's just delightful.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things just great. Jack, how are you doing besides your French fry eating?
I'm doing all right. Obviously been a little bit of an interesting time as of late, especially in the Southern California area. I don't mean to like say that as like bring down the mood, but it's been a little hectic. But personally, our family's doing all right.
I was gonna ask you about that. Yeah. So for those who don't know, Jack is over in the sunny state of California. That is. A good chunk of Los Angeles is on fire. Have they ruled it arson yet?
I don't know.
Because that is, like, I don't want to sound like the conspiracy theorist here. But that
I don't either, but
that almost looks textbook definition of arson.
I'm convinced that the first, sorry.
You're good.
The first, like, the two big ones that broke out were natural. But I'm not really totally convinced is natural is the fact that there were like 5 total at least. And then there were more and more that were coming up like every day for a few days, it felt like. And it was just like, bro, it's happening to spread out to be a chain reaction.
No, there's no way in hell
and there were some people who were caught like on video running around with like stuff trying to start fires. So...
Which is...
I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that some of it was arson, yeah.
So, Jax, you're not far from Inglewood. Right?
Pretty far.
You're far from Inglewood.
Like an hour drive from
So you're an hour drive from, like, suburban LA.
I'm like a 30-minute drive from, like, downtown LA.
Okay.
Inglewood's a little bit farther down.
Thank fuck you guys didn't get hit. Because I have a couple cousins of mine that are in Los Angeles. But I haven't heard anything bad from them yet. They should be okay. But you were one of the first people like that came to my mind was like, holy shit, I hope Jack's family didn't get fucking hit. Cause I know you're like 30, like you just said you're 30 minutes from downtown LA, but you know, that's some fucking like California's been dry for decades. Pretty much.
Yeah, the drought only recently ended. I don't even know like if that's the case right now though, because it hasn't rained in a little while either. So,
which is nuts, but no, we're not a conspiracy theory show, even though we do like to cause bullshit here and there from time to time.
Indeed,
not this. But I'm coming to you from the sunny state, from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York. Jack has mentioned twice now, is coming to you from the sunny state of California. This is time to be us, ladies and gentlemen. We're I can't speak. Words are hard, Jack. Where is that?
Spanglish and eking is difficult. I just messed it up. I said.
Well,
retard alert.
it's for both of us.
I meant to say English and speaking. I think I said Spanglish and eking or something. I don't know.
Words.
Yep.
That meme was also necessary.
It's that kind of night.
So it's been that kind of night. So we have a new thing going on here in the Department of BS. We unfortunately do have advertisements in the middle of the show, so boo. But
This isn't free.
The show ain't free. I played one of the ads for Jack before the green room before we started recording it. This is what happens when you have a roadcaster and the ability to use sound effects. So it's great. But yeah, we will be doing ad breaks in different points of the various shows, not including BS sessions, thank God. Because that's a fun one to do aside from this one. But
Exactly.
because that one's very raw talk, and you'll get the advertisements at the beginning of the program instead of during the program. But in this case, you get in the middle of the program, sometimes at the beginning, sometimes at the end of the program. But regardless, it'll be there, so it won't be that noticeable. It'll just be fun. But they're belly up required ads, so yay. What are you gonna do? But
it is what it is. Listen, they keep this going, so shout out to them.
They do keep this going. Shout out to the lads at Belly Up. So appreciate them. Go support them. Do some stuff. Don't drop the soap. No.
Don't. I get it. I know what you mean.
I'm not playing the Old Spice one. That was just a bad joke. Just a bad joke on my front. Moving on. Jack, we have a wild card weekend to discuss. The last time we recorded was 2 weeks ago. A lot has fucking happened. So
Whole lot
has happened to the point where when we're a week behind on everything, don't be surprised if this turns into a 2-hour show. I hope to God it doesn't. Because
we're gonna have to fly through a few things here.
We might have to, but it's whatever. You'll be stuck with us for a little while. But so fucking deal with it. Washington finally won their first playoff game since 2005, 23-20 over Tampa Bay, courtesy of the double doink. I did not see this game. I do know that Jaden Daniels is a machine.
Yeah, he is. I caught the end of it. I don't remember how much of it I saw. I definitely caught a pretty good chunk of it though, and the fact that we had a doink for the win is
that's a first.
Yeah, you typically see that and you think, oh my God, they missed the kick, they lost. And I thought for a moment there he was going to miss that kick, and I forget what the score was at the exact moment.
20-all. It was 20-all, and then Washington scored, make it 23-20.
So it would have gone to overtime. I was partially rooting for the Buccaneers to win that game. No disrespect to the Commanders, but I didn't want a scenario where the Rams were going to Philly. But that scenario has now happened, so it is what it is.
They are going to Philly, right?
Yeah, they are.
Boy.
If Tampa Bay won that game, the Rams would be going to Detroit.
Okay. I think depending on who you ask, some people could say Washington could go toe-to-toe with the Lions next week.
Yeah.
They can easily do it. I mean, they're very well coached. I mean, we all laughed profusely at Dan Quinn getting the Commander's job, but some people thought secretly that, okay, this is either going to be a really good hire or an okay hire at best. And you saw the moves that Washington was making even before Quinn got there with Ron Rivera. Like, okay, they have some shit going for them. And you know what helps? Ownership change. Thank fuck for that. But is it true that Baker Mayfield finished with 41 touchdown passes?
I did not know that.
I'm going to Google.
Yeah.
There's no way. Real-time research, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do. Had to
Baker
have.
Mayfield this season, yeah, 41 touchdowns,
touchdowns. Unbelievable.
4,500 yards. It's third in the league for the regular season.
Did he have the touchdown lead?
Tied for second.
Who was first? Joe Burrow?
Probably either Lamar or Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, I think, was 6th.
Let's see. Lamar Jackson also tied for second. Who would have thrown more?
Who threw more?
There's no way it's Jared Goff.
Please tell me it's Goff. I'm gonna laugh.
I'm gonna laugh.
It's Goff, isn't it?
No, he's fourth.
Who was first?
I don't know how to find the list.
Go to ESPN.
I'm on ESPN. But
Are
I'm
you
searching-
really?
Yes.
That can't be right. Just here's what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna Google NFL stat leaders.
Who
Player
threw
stat
the
leaders.
most touchdowns in the NFL?
I almost said CJ Stroud. Why is there a huge ad on my face? Oh, this
I
is
don't know.
postseason. We need regular season.
Joe Burrow, 43.
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
What the hell? How come it took us 5 minutes to figure that out?
Could have just Googled it or asked Siri, but screw it.
We're not professional.
No, we're not.
No way.
This
There's
is-
no way.
Like,
You signed up for this, ladies and gentlemen. All of you signed up for this crap, and this is what you've been resulted to. So, yay. Eagles and Packers next up. Can we question Jordan Love yet?
a little.
What the fuck was that?
I never thought that the Packers would be like too much of a threat to any team like Philly.
Holy crap. That
I think they're
score
still
should have been
figuring it out.
bigger. That score should have been bigger. There's no way. Like, it should have been at least 35-10. Like, they were getting manhandled out there. It was a miracle the score was what it was. 22-10, by the way. This was the final.
Yeah, I'm surprised the
Like-
Eagles didn't pull away, honestly. I think this was the Fox game, right?
Yes.
And I think Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady were talking about how this game, like, it felt like it was like a 70-point Eagles lead or something like that, but
Yeah,
it wasn't.
was insane.
And Green Bay just couldn't break through.
Insane. But if I'm any team if I'm the remaining 4 in the NFC, or the other 3 teams in the NFC, I'm scared of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Terrible.
We're the ones who have to play them.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
wanna-
that's right. I'm just sitting here golfing, being a chill guy. Well, I'm waiting for it, Jack. Waiting for the sound. Nope. There you go. Hey,
You know what?
wanna-
You know what? No, that was funny. So you get this.
Okay. This is what happens when you get 2 morons with soundboards.
Exactly.
You've learned this by now, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you get. Bills and Broncos. Denver had me in the first half, not gonna lie. Denver had me in the first quarter. No, seriously.
Yeah,
Denver-
no, seriously, in the
I
first
thought-
quarter, yeah.
I thought when Denver scored first on like a 50-yard touchdown, I texted, friend of the show, Kyle, and he was a Bills fan, and I texted him, I was like, I thought Denver had that, I'm not going to lie. And he was like, I did too. He's a diehard Bills fan. And
You would think that they would capitalize on the momentum that they
No,
got
they didn't.
early on, and they just did not.
I will give Denver credit, though. They're building something great. It may take them one more year, but they have something. One thing's for sure, they finally have their freaking quarterback.
Yeah, they
Thank
do.
God.
Bo Nix, you are fun to watch.
He is fun to watch. There are certain people that think Bo Nix stinks, and I'm like, are you out of your mind? First of all, he's only been playing in college for like 7 years. It's been 5. 2 at
Mhm.
Oregon, 3 at Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Before we do our real-time research. Next up, we have, this is a very generic program, but we have to do these things, ladies and gentlemen, because, we missed a week. Yay. Texans and Chargers. Justin Herbert, bring back his lettuce of hair.
I've got a sound effect for the Chargers, and it's going to be very fitting.
Oh no. Fuck you, Spanos. Alright, that's even better. What happened, Chargers? Come on.
The Chargers happened.
This is true.
There were
can't have anything
people,
nice.
myself included,
No.
who predicted them to win this game and do something in the play.
No.
Now, granted, my predictions for the Chargers only went as far as winning this game because the Texans have been struggling. The Chargers look like the hotter team going into
I
this
thought the Texans
week.
would win by like a field goal.
But I thought like the Chargers win this game, but then they're done next week because they have to play a team like Baltimore or Kansas City or somebody. I feel like they were screwed if they ended up against like any seed higher than them. And turned out to be the case in this. I guess that actually doesn't make sense because they were the lower seed in this game too. But you get what I mean. Like any of like the top 3-4 seeds,
They
were
would have had to
screwed.
play Kansas City.
And instead they just decided to turn into full Chargers mode again. I don't know why. I shouldn't have like after I went on my show. I'm on record on my show with Splash, and I said that the Chargers were going to win at least this round.
How'd that turn out?
We got off the air and I was sitting there going to myself like, you know what? I don't love that pick. It's the Chargers. Like they've done nothing at all this season to prove that they're going to get over the. It's like it's happened before. It doesn't matter how good or bad of a regular season it is. They're always going to find some way to blow it. Like they're
Moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen: never trust the Chargers. Just
never trust the Chargers.
I mean, I think Justin Herbert needs to grow back his glorious mullet of hair that he had when he was a rookie.
Absolutely, he had all-timer hair.
He had all-time hockey hair. All-time hockey hair.
It's perfect. I love it.
Oh,
and he just shaved it all off. Not all of it, but
you know he deserves shame because of that.
Shame.
Have you been watching Game of Thrones?
No.
Go watch that show. It's fantastic. I mean, you could. I won't judge you if you don't, though.
You sound pretty judgy, but all right.
Nah, I'm actually. But some people have said that to me, like, "Damn, why are you so judgy?" I'm like, I'm really not. I just bust people's balls.
You're not judgy. You're just a chill guy.
My man's learning. No, but for real though, I am what you would call a realist in that regard, which I like to see both sides to every story. But I'm going to just enjoy life as it is. And if people choose to, like certain things or dislike certain things, I'm like, all right, that's you, man. You're just a chill person. I'm just a chill person. Everyone's a chill guy over here,
Exactly.
Do we have the ability to somehow just get that as a PNG and like secretly hidden on the board right here? Do we have the ability to do that? Just put in the middle of like in between us, just that stupid meme just going, I'm just a chill guy.
We might have the ability to do that.
I don't know if we're allowed to. That's the problem.
Fair enough.
I mean, at the same point, people have been stealing this meme left and right. So what are you going to do at this point? The internet laws are weird. I was disappointed with the Chargers.
Yep.
I was so disappointed because
Sounds right.
Justin Herbert threw 4 interceptions, one of them being a pick 6. And that was the 4 picks. If Justin Herbert does not throw those 4 picks, Chargers win. Because
I didn't even know about that, but yeah.
as you said, Houston was struggling. Houston was struggling a lot this second half of the season. And part of the reason is Tank Dell is now for the season. That doesn't help. And
Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs is out. Both of them torn ACLs. Dell's is more severe because it dislocated knee as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's nasty. Ugh. But it's, I don't know. Which is weird because Houston can also go toe to toe with the Chiefs next week. It's weird. It's very weird how they are. I don't know. I don't want to play devil's advocate and say the Kansas City Chiefs are frauds, but they might be. But we shall see. Houston, by the way, for those interested, has never gone to the AFC title game in their history. Never. It's been 30 years. They've never gone to the AFC title game. And the Oilers, however, did. Can we bring the Houston Oilers back? But like as an alternate for the Titans?
That's happened already. The Titans have brought back they literally wore Oilers throwbacks against the Texans in Houston. It was the weirdest thing.
We should do throwback week for teams.
Bring back throwbacks and back Color Rush. I miss Color Rush.
People think that Seahawk fans were very weird of the Action Green jerseys. My mother specifically said why they look like frogs, but
they look like tennis balls.
I'll give you that one.
My point being, though, you can do Color Rush without every team looking weird. Like, why are the 49ers wearing all black for their Color Rush?
That was cool, though. That was cool.
Little.
The all black was awesome.
A little. I don't think it fits the Niners, but I'm a fan of all black.
Yeah, I think blackout jerseys are cool as shit, but
the Rams should have blackout jerseys.
Oh,
they should. Cool. They should. I know it's a little bit of a hot take, but they should. People have in this fan base have somehow deluded themselves into thinking the Rams are going to rebrand next season. They're not.
Why?
Because the rule is that they have to as an NFL team you have to keep the same uniforms for 5 years minimum before you change them again.
Well, that's bullshit because the Seahawks have had the same damn uniforms since 2012.
Yeah, well, you don't have to, but that's the rule. Is that's when you can. Like after you rebrand, you have to wait 5 years before changing anything. So people thought that the Rams, now that they rebranded in 2020, so this is year 5 with the current look, and people who hate it want it to change. They've deluded themselves into thinking that the Rams are just going to say, "Oh yeah, screw it, let's go back to the throwback." It's not going to happen. They'll introduce a new alternate, probably is what's most likely to happen. But
yeah, I like the gray ones; those are cool. Like the bone gray, those are nice.
The color's fine. The design's terrible. There's like a white box on there for no reason.
Anyway, we'll get to the Rams in a second, but I have a lot to say on Tomlin later on.
I'm sure you do. I can't wait to hear it.
This was as expected as it may come. Because Baltimore is the far more superior team, and Pittsburgh should not have been in this position. But they were, because they crapped out 8 wins out of their asses earlier in the season. And somehow still managed to sneak into the playoffs. Don't understand it. And they're wasting TJ Watt's career. I'm sorry, they are. TJ Watt has been with this organization in Pittsburgh for 7 years now, has not won a playoff game yet. Amazes me. But people are saying, wait. I shall wait, child. I shall wait. Do not tempt me, Zeus. Anyway. Yeah, Jack, I know. We'll get to your Rams talk. I see the smile. Look at the delightful smile you have.
I got my updated NFC West title shirt.
I thought this game would be closer, but
I did too, actually.
I was pleasantly surprised to see the score. The Rams defense made Jared Goff, Sam Darnold see ghosts again. Unbelievable. And congratulations, Sam Darnold. You just destroyed any chances of you getting $50 million a year. Congratulations. In one game.
Well done.
Good job.
If I'm being honest, I thought that we were going to get a slightly closer version of what we got between these two teams in week 8, I think it was. Yeah. Whenever the Thursday night game was between the Rams and Vikings earlier this season. I did not expect the Rams to just absolutely crush them. 9 sacks in this game.
3 playoff Jared Verse, by the way, right?
Jerry Verse didn't have a sack. He had a touchdown.
He had a pick 6.
Not
Well,
a pick six. It was a fumble. It was a stupid score. Stupid score.
Fumble!
Kella Witherspoon forcing the fumble, by the way. The corner blitz was insane. That was just a total masterclass by the Rams.
I love a corner blitz. Am I the only one who likes that? I love a good corner
I
blitz.
love it. I love when the Rams pulled off,
it's
too.
so creative.
And Kobe Durant and Kella Witherspoon are their two best cornerbacks, and they solidified that with that game. They're both insane. And the offense played fine, too. I can't really complain too much. I mean, they only scored 3 points in the second half, which is kind of not great. But when your defense is just playing as good as it was in that game, you can kind of let that slide. So,
agreed.
Yeah. At this point, it's survive in advance in the playoffs. You know how it is. That's how it's been for the Rams for the last month or so. So
it pretty much is. And you play like that, you're going to the NFC title game. But you have to. But you have to shut down a really good Eagles team, which we'll get to down the road. But I'm pumped for you because I had my doubts. Of the Rams in this game. I thought the worst possible opponent to play was the Vikings, and I got shoved in the face once again. But, I enjoy being wrong. I enjoy these things, Jack. So it has come to that time of the show where we have to take our first mandatory advertising break. Boo. Shame on thee. Fuck you.
Listen, we got to pay the bills somehow.
Yeah, no kidding, right? So as they say, this show ain't free, so time for some ads. We'll be right back. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast here to tell you guys about Canada Dips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canada Dip CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BELLYUP20 at CanadaDipCBD.com. Once again, BELLYUP20 at CanadaDipCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canada Dips for being a great partner of Belly Up Sports.
They say, Jack, this show ain't free, so time for some freaking ads. And we're back.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching is right. Isn't that a great sound?
It is. I need to find that sound effect somewhere.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Anyway, we have some coaching moves that were made last week. So Black Monday, a undelightful holiday that happens once a year around the National Football League, and Stephen A. Smith once again likes to make it about Black Monday, and not a matter of the fact that coaches are getting fired. So let's start with the obvious one. The Raiders clean house again. Just sell the freaking team at this point. Someone's having way too much fun with that soundboard.
I really am, but that's how it's always been.
Tom Telesco got fired. I don't know how he got the job in the first place. And Antonio Pierce, I think he got wrongly treated here because the Raiders are just bad. They're just bad.
It was another one of those deals where it's not really the fairest of situations because he had a not great team to begin with.
Yeah.
And it's like what happened and that you will touch on a little bit with New England, where it's like the coach just you have to remember that Antonio Pierce was the interim head coach, and the only reason he stuck around is because the players were campaigning for him to stay around. He wanted to be that guy that the players the players wanted him to be that guy that led them going forward. Didn't really have the greatest result, but the team wasn't great to begin with. So
how long do you think until Max Crosby gets traded?
Could happen this offseason.
I think so too. Because what's his contract like? I'm very curious about that. Because I like Crosby. Crosby's a disruptor.
That he is. Max Crosby.
His tattoos are awesome too.
Yeah. He has a potential out this offseason, but he is a UFA in 2027.
So he could be a free agent this offseason or could be traded this offseason.
Yeah, it could be one of those situations where they have to pay him by July 1st or whenever. And if they don't, then they can cut him to avoid that.
He's
or
gonna
whatever.
get paid. He's really freaking good. But the rumors going on around that I think what you guys reported, that Ben Johnson and the Raiders are in talks.
Ben Johnson's in talks with everybody.
Well, let's be honest here, he is. He's a really good coach. He really is. And he came from the Dolphins, by the way. So, fuck you, Miami. And Stephen Ross. You can't have anything nice. Fuck you, Dolphins. Next up, the Jaguars fired Doug Peterson after 3 seasons, 1 playoff appearance, and 1 playoff win. I don't think Peterson was to blame here. He was the punching bag in this regard. Trevor Lawrence, however, took a gigantic step back.
Yeah. The Jaguars, I don't even know how you go about, like, that's another one of those quintessential, like, blow it all up. I don't know what's going on there type deals.
What can you do? What can you do at this point? Trent Baalke is still the GM of the Jaguars. I am blown away by that. Blown away. We know what he did in San Francisco. How the fuck that man is still the GM, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's
confusing.
I think the weird thing too is, like, the owner of the team, that's Shad Khan, right?
Shad Khan's the majority. Shad Khan's the owner. Tony Khan is the
AEW Tony Khan.
Yeah, AEW Tony Khan, by the way. How's that going?
AEW is also a complete joke, so there you go.
You're learning. Proud of you.
These guys don't know what they're doing, honestly. Yeah, Shad Khan, I think he said, like, on a press conference too, like, while Trent Baalke was there, that he might consider replacing him if something happened or whatever.
How do you do that? How do you do that? There's no way you do that on, like, there's no way under normal fucking circumstances that should happen. There's no way. But because Shad Khan is a fucking moron and refuses to accept when he's wrong, he hired Urban Meyer and thought Urban Meyer was the best chance to win. Fired in 11 games, by the way, by the Jaguars. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But
I should have hired him to begin with.
No, they shouldn't have. You're right. It's unfreaking believable that this is going on. But I will save my anger. I will save my anger for this one. Let's also preface this by saying Mike Vrabel was the de facto guy in New England, like, the second this news was announced.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mike Vrabel is the new head coach of the New England Patriots, but his predecessor, Gerard Mayo. Where do I begin? So, do I think Mayo should have gotten fired? Yes and no. Yes, because despite the pieces that he was given, really didn't take advantage of them. Now, you can also point to the blame of Robert Kraft, but at the same point, the Patriots are a dumpster fire right now anyway, since the last couple years of Bill Belichick's tenure. Now, there's some bright side to this. Drake May is a very good quarterback. Drake May is going to be very good. They also have some really good pieces. Ramondre Stevenson, Hunter Henry's still there, Kendrick Bourne, blah, blah, blah. Like, it'll take some, Christian Gonzalez, Kyle Duggar, Jabril Peppers. Like, they have pieces there that you can point to and say, okay, give it time, they should be fine. And Vrabel certainly does help because he's a really good coach. Certain ESPN commentators and Stephen A. Smith, or not even Stephen A., but like others were saying, oh, Gerard Mayo didn't deserve to get fired. Gerard Mayo was wrongly treated, blah, 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 blah. I have a question for you, Jack, and I asked you this on a text thread. How the fuck is Mike Tomlin still there in Pittsburgh? How the fuck? if you want to talk about certain situations of like, because if Gerard, how do I carefully word this without making it sound like a one-sided discussion? Mike Tomlin has been the head coach of the Steelers for 18 fucking years. He was hired in 2007. Okay? Granted, has been to a couple Super Bowls, won a Super Bowl in 2008 with Bill Cowher's players. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. Since 2017, he's made the playoffs every year but one. Has not won a single playoff game. Okay? He is somehow still there. And my point is, you didn't even get a chance if you're the Patriots to see, okay, let's see if Gerard Mayo can really get us something going. Because early in the season they did. They had a foundation going of what they wanted to do. They want to play conservative, yet aggressive football on offense and be effectively okay on defense. But they're not... We expected them to not be a particularly great team, right?
Right.
We expected this.
I said 8-9 or 9-8, and they were damn close. They were 10-7. They started like 10-1, I think, or something like that, and then they just fell off a cliff.
The Steelers?
I don't know if it was 10-1, but
the Steelers, right?
Yeah.
Are we talking the same thing? The Patriots?
Oh, you're talking about the Patriots, okay?
Yeah, we're talking about the Patriots.
I was lost for a second. Sorry.
You're good. You're good. But but my point is, you couldn't even get a chance to get Gerard Mayo time as a rookie head coach to see what the fuck you have, and the Rooney Rule can go fuck itself. I'm sorry, but you want to give an example of like, oh, we're hiring this guy because, you know, diversity or the fact of satisfy the Rooney Rule. Fuck the Rooney Rule. How come Mike Tomlin is still there in Pittsburgh then? How come that's the case? Because Mike Tomlin, under normal circumstances, I texted you, I'm going to ask you this question again. If Sean McVay were to have 8 consecutive seasons of playoffs, but at the same point you had average at best football and didn't win a single playoff game during that entire time, would you or would you not have his head on a pike?
I don't remember you asking me that question, but yeah, if that was how Sean McVay operated, which is not, thank God, but if that was,
thank God for that.
Yeah. But if that was the case, yeah, I would want nothing to do with him.
Yeah, you wouldn't want nothing to do with him. I had to do with that.
I would be appreciative of the fact that he gets us to the playoffs, but when you're not winning playoff games, like when it's the same thing and you know what to expect year after year after year, I'm not saying it's going to be the easiest thing in the world to find a head coach that will consistently get his team to the playoffs like that.
Yes, correct.
But you got to win playoff games.
You got to win a playoff game. How the fuck is Tomlin still there? How? I literally don't know how. How in the God's green earth, on everything humanly conceived on this planet, is Mike Tomlin still the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers today? Do not tell me, oh, it's because he has over 500 record every single freaking year and constantly makes the playoffs. Like, bullshit.
That's not, I just got done saying that's not good enough.
Bullshit. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not. And you're telling me you couldn't give Gerard Mayo time. Now, I think we can probably both agree here that Mike Vrabel was the guy the whole time. I think Mike Vrabel should have gotten the job the second Belichick retired.
Yeah.
I thought this was a bullshit move to give Gerard Mayo the job, but at the same point, you want to see what you had in your linebackers coach / defensive coordinator. The Patriots.
He was essentially a leader for the team too, like in the locker room and everything too. So I can understand why they tried it.
Yes.
But
then
to not give him a
chance,
to give him a very, very weak team to begin with, and not even give him a chance to grow his culture or to like implement his systems, to formulate everything, whatever you want to call it, to not even give him that chance is just wrong on so many levels.
So many levels. And
that's a disgusting move on the page. Now, granted, they'll probably do better football-wise, results-wise. Mike Vrabel probably is the better hire.
Yes.
But there's you don't have to do Gerard Mayo that dirty. Like, that was so dumb.
You can't. Like, remember David Culley with the Texans a couple years ago?
I think so, yeah.
He was hired. He was the Ravens special teams coach or something like that, or the wide receivers coach for the Ravens. Got the Texans head coaching job 1 season. Then it was Lovie Smith the following year because Culley got fired. So did Lovie Smith. And then DeMeco Ryans got the job for the Texans. Granted, Ryans, pretty good coach. Pretty good coach with Houston.
Yeah, he's working on it.
He's working on it. They got something going.
And you know what? That's because he's being given a chance to. And they are they're now one of the final 8 teams standing, whether you like it or not, whether you think they deserve it or not. They're in the divisional round. That's pretty good to be one of the last 8 teams left.
To cut you off, the Steelers have done the same shit, the same tier of offense, the same tier of defense, the same tier of special teams every fucking year. Barely any results. No playoff wins since 2016. And Mike Tomlin is still there. I don't know how.
Yeah,
I literally don't know how.
What I meant into, like, when you compare it to a situation like the Texans is, like, in the Texans case, they weren't a playoff team before the year. Like, I think, I forget where they finished last year, but last year they showed some really good potential. And then this year, they load up. They do have injuries to deal with, but they looked pretty good. They look on paper. But then on the field, it was, you kept waiting for that super team Texans that everybody was talking about to show up, and it never really did. So that's a little unfortunate.
But at the same point, everything takes time. Everything takes time.
Yep.
Like, coordinators, I get it, especially like over here in Seattle where Ryan Grubb got fired after 1 season due to philosophical differences. I get that's the head coach's call. But to fire the head coach after 1 season where you weren't even given a chance to really show what you can do is fucking unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. It's disrespectful. It is downright disgusting. And we wish him nothing but the best, obviously, because he seems like a really good dude, Gerard Mayo. But come on. How the fuck did this guy get fired after 1 season, but Mike Tomlin's still there in Pittsburgh? I do not get it. I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But oh, the Steelers don't fire coaches. No, they don't fire their fucking coaches. Okay, fine. Give me that excuse all you want. Oh, the Steelers have had 3 coaches since the 60s. Okay. But at the same point, Bill Cowher won a lot of games during the time. He won 1 Super Bowl, but he won a lot of fucking games in damn near 30 years. Chuck Noll won 4 Super Bowls in 20-something years as the Steelers head coach. 4. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mike Tomlin hasn't won a playoff game in 8 years. How? How is he still there? Don't know. It's... Oh my god, it's fucking infuriating. But what are you gonna do? We have some wrestling stuff to talk about, but we know the deal. It's come to that point once again, Jack.
It has. Show ain't free.
Unfortunately, show ain't free. This show ain't free. So time for some ads.
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of Belly Up Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BELLYUP, you will get 15% off your purchase at RighteousFelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
Aren't advertisements great?
They're lovely.
They are lovely sometimes. So we had we Roslyn. I love how you have that bell. It's great. So yeah, Raw on Netflix made its official debut 2 weeks ago. Really good fucking matches. CM Punk and Seth Rollins for the main event. Roman Reigns regained the Ula follow back. How many of us thought that The Rock was going to turn on him then?
Yeah.
both
That's
did.
about. I'm kind of starting to believe more. The more that I look back on it, the more that it seems likely he might not be at WrestleMania 41. I know the chatter that he might not be there kind of came from a certain Mr. Meltzer, and
Oh, fuck Dave Meltzer, man. Come
yeah,
on.
and like The Rock literally
No.
openly called him BS too. Like he literally said, "Don't believe the BS that you see online or whatever."
Dave Meltzer can go suck a fat choke.
I agree.
I think AEW is a fantastic time for
Here's the thing, though.
stuff.
Here's the thing, though.
This, AEW that. Like, shut up, Dave.
Shut up, Dave. No, okay, no, but seriously.
Shut the fuck up, Dave.
Somebody on Twitter, I forget who, but they theorized like it might be what happened at Raw on Netflix, the debut, was kind of his way of telling the universe he won't be there for that WrestleMania because he also made peace with Cody. He saw the clip where they were backstage and they were like sharing tequilas or whatever drinks it was. Like they were. I have that sound too.
No, don't play that sound.
I'm not gonna play it. We're gonna get copyrighted.
Don't play it. Don't play it, bitch. Thank you.
Hands are off the soundboard. But yeah, no, like the fact that we thought he was gonna be the one that was behind all the bloodline stuff and like the Solo Sikoa crap, but Rock is the one who ends up giving Roman back the Ulafella, and then he makes peace with Cody. He did address it on NXT because he was at New Year's Eve the following night, and he said like everybody was like he was aware of like the internet reactions and everything like that, and his response was incredible. And it's the one I probably would have given to. Shut the fuck up and enjoy the ride the Rock is taking you on.
Oof. It's fucking unbelievable. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, we'll see. This is what I always tell people this too. Just shut up and enjoy it. That's the whole point of it.
Trust
you don't need
the process.
You do not need to get yourself lost in prediction after and like immediately like the first time you see somebody pin, you're like, okay, so this means that. Or this, like, bro, just shut up and enjoy it.
Just enjoy it. Fuck.
Let it happen. See what happens. Play the long game. You might not like it in the immediate moment, but it could work out in the future.
Yeah.
Like Jey Uso, he lost the Intercontinental Championship. I was upset about that. Now he probably won't, but he has a shot at the World Heavyweight title at Saturday Night's Main Event. Do I think he'll win it? No, but you never know.
You never know. We also had a big title change. Rhea Ripley wins back the Women's World title over Liv Morgan.
Finally.
That
feud is done, and they can move on.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Mommy's always on top. I had to, Jack. It was right there. It was right there for the taking. Could you not see it?
I could see it.
You saw it coming from a mile away, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, this was expected. And by the way, The Undertaker came out. And people cheered. It was great. Taker's fantastic. Don't we just...
Yes.
Very much so. The biker gimmick is great. I need you to look...
The American Badass gimmick.
The American Badass gimmick is so fucking great. It suits him today. It still does. Because his hair is not as long as it was back then, back like 10 years ago. So the biker gimmick, it just works great. Also, we had a interesting debut that happened. Pentagon Jr. made his fantastic WWE in-ring debut.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Only just today was able to catch up on Raw.
He's great, right?
Week. First of all, the crowd in San Jose was awesome. Like the crowd in LA was good too. The crowd in LA was good too for the debut, but like that was to be expected. And like they had like the fancy arena, the Intuit Dome is cool. I hate the Clippers, but the Intuit Dome is cool.
That's such a great little fucking arena.
Yeah,
The
that's
Introdome
nice.
is cool. The
Yeah,
Introdome's cool.
it was perfect for Raw. But then you get back to kind of the normal flow of things for this show, because like the last one also felt kind of like it was a PLE where like a lot of things like came to a bit of a resolution. This one was more episodic. This was kind of back to like the storylines, picking everything up and moving on the week to week action. And
Yep.
holy shit, the crowd in
Isn't
San Jose
Penta
was
awesome,
sick.
though?
Penta was badass too. I love
He
watching him.
sold shit like rent was due. And then give Chad Gable a lot of credit here, because that man sold shit like rent was also due.
He
like
did.
Past due.
He did.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
The sell that he had on like I forget what moment it was, but like
Oh, the Canadian Destroyer. It might have been the Canadian Destroyer. I love that move.
The Mexican Destroyer.
It's still fucking great.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Penta
By the way,
Gable
formed
kick-ass.
and invented by TNA great Petey Williams in the early 2000s. Wrestling history for you. Brought to you by Staniel Smooth.
There you go.
Jesus fuck. But I'm pumped for Penta because that man can put on some fucking shows. He can. And he sells great. He works fantastic. Him and Rey Mysterio would be fantastic in a match. Oh, Lucha Underground comeback, please.
Yeah, that feels like a WrestleMania type event, honestly. Rey Mysterio against Penta.
That'd be fucking awesome.
That'd be incredible.
Next up, we have Lyra Valkyria wins the inaugural Women's Intercontinental title. I do not hate this one bit.
I hate it for Dakota Kai.
For Dakota Kai, yes, but I do not hate this one bit.
But Lyra deserved the push. Lyra definitely deserved the push. So
Lyra deserved the push. Dakota's been there. I think this is gonna build to something, but that's just me. But what if? But Dakota's been through a lot, multiple ACL surgeries and shit like that. But Lyra Valkyria is fucking awesome. She's awesome.
she is. That was good. That was a fun match.
Great. It helps when an Irish lass. She's Irish. She also got put over by Becky Lynch, by the way, for the NXT Women's title. For those who do not know. So, also rumors around that Becky Lynch is expected to make her return to the ring at the Royal Rumble.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Along with Charlotte. So, yay. Are you a real American, Jack? Oh, good God. This is going to be funny as fuck to talk about. Did you? Okay, so first of all, context is key here. Context is key. Do you know why Hulk Hogan has been so hated the last 10 years?
Because he's a racist.
It's not just that. Do you know other reasons to why?
Something to do with the guy in the White House, I guess.
Not
just that. What else is going on here?
Let's leave the racism and political bullshit completely out of it. Hulk Hogan is responsible for partially responsible for two wrestling promotions shitting the bed. WCW and TNA. He also refuses to put anyone over that's not him. He would constantly lie about the dumbest of shit. I will send you a YouTube clip of Jim Cornette talking about the various lies of Hulk Hogan over the years, including saying, my personal fucking favorite, Elvis Presley was a huge Hulkamaniac when I first started the business. Elvis Presley died in the early 70s. Hulk Hogan didn't start wrestling until 1981. I might be wrong, but... And there are multiple clips of Hogan just, being a piece of shit and whatever. But Hulk Hogan went from beloved in the 80s to all of a sudden being universally hated by wrestling fans. When the Ultimate Warrior is more beloved than Hulk Hogan, fuck, you got a problem. And Warrior was hated amongst the wrestling locker rooms. But,
Mm-hmm.
you know, yeah, we could make the easy punching bag like, oh, Hogan's a racist, and yeah, we're not condoning bullshit like that. We're not. No way. Love people. Jesus.
Exactly.
Even if it do piss you off from time to time. But what are you gonna do? You don't piss me off from time to time. You don't. I get along with you. Thank God for that.
Real.
Do I piss you off? Be honest,
No.
it's okay.
You don't.
Shocker. I find that very shocking, actually.
I get a little annoyed when you text me about something that I already know about, but that
Well,
happens
this
all
is
the time.
true. Some of
so.
us don't have sources. I'm sorry, but what are you gonna do?
I don't have sources either. I just have I know people who have sources. Granted, I don't spread everything that I might hear about.
Okay, regardless. But the crowd in Los Angeles, the second Hogan's music played, a firestorm of booze, a firestorm of nonsense, a firestorm of booing, and feces throwing. It was unbelievable. I couldn't help but laugh my ass off. And Jimmy Hart and his 80-year-old self, God bless him. God bless him. Even he was like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah,
This
he
is
didn't like
bad.
it. He didn't like what he was seeing.
Oh, I love Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart's one of my favorites. But wow, he did not want to be there. You couldn't get Stone Cold? You're telling me you couldn't get Stone Cold in there?
They're
The
probably
place
waiting
would
for.
have lost their mind.
You know what's would lose their mind is if he shows up at Saturday night's main event, because that's in San Antonio.
Oh,
So when
good
it's in
God.
Texas, he probably would show up for that.
I think Hogan's probably going to show up, but Stone Cold would be in there. Stone Cold's got to be involved, or Shawn Michaels, either or.
Well, they got Shawn Michaels because NXT, but
Well, yeah, but wow, that was bad. That was hilariously bad. But what are you gonna do? Next up, we have some Royal Rumble discussion. First question: why the fuck is the Rumble in Saudi Arabia next year?
giant L. You know what? This deserves the sound effect too.
Oh no! Wait for it.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
Or
what you have done has made God very unhappy.
That's probably more deserved at this point.
Yeah, honestly.
Why did we think of it the first time? What you have done has made God very unhappy. We have the first 5 entrants of the Rumble, by the way, on the men's side.
This year's Royal Rumble.
This
in
year's
Indianapolis.
Rumble. This year's Rumble in Indianapolis, which is gonna be fucking awesome. So far, as declared, are Roman Reigns, John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. Those are the first 5 they've declared. Now, obviously, there's more coming. There's qualification matches and shit like that. Some more wrestlers might declare. Some legends might declare. Some people are saying Ric Flair and his 75-year-old ass can make an appearance. Dear God, no. That'd be horrible and
Absolutely
horrifying.
not. That can't.
Absolutely.
That's not gonna happen.
Hold.
What you have done has made God very unhappy.
I love that meme so much.
I saved a picture of it. I don't have the sound effect for it or the video clip, but I did save a picture for it so we can exchange it through text.
Just what you have done has made God very unhappy. Oh shit! I'm convinced that Cena's gonna win the Rumble.
Yeah,
I'm convinced. You know, I would not be mad if Cena or Punk won it.
I wouldn't either. Although I feel like Punk is not gonna win the Royal Rumble, but he's rather gonna he's gonna lose it, but then he's gonna exploit Paul Heyman and get in like that.
Or the Chamber. Or he's gonna win the Chamber.
Yeah, too. The Elimination Chamber.
Chamber would work. Chamber would work. Because he could win the Chamber match. I love the Elimination Chamber. I think it's so brutal. I love it.
Yeah, I always love loading up 2K and playing in the Elimination Chamber.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. On the women's side, Io Sky is currently the betting favorite to win the Rumble, and I'm not gonna lie, why the hell do I think Charlotte Flair is gonna win it?
I don't know. I really don't know. It feels like there are going to be more like surprise returns or entrants on the women's side than on the men's.
Oh. The other thing that's gone around is, have you heard of a name by the name of Aleister Black?
I think so.
So he goes under the name Malachi Black in AEW, but he's a former NXT champion as Aleister Black. He's also the single coolest entrance music I've ever heard. It's just shrieking guitar, then spooky drums, and then he does this thing where he just like sits in the back of the chair and just like sits right back up. And that's like there's candles all around. He's cool as fuck. The rumor is he's making his return at the Royal Rumble. And I will mark out like a little girl if that happens, because he's fucking awesome. I personally cannot wait. I can't wait for the Rumble, dude. I cannot fucking wait.
Yeah, it's going to be hype. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. We have one more advertisement to get through before we close up shop for the day. Yay. Where is it? So, from No Credentials Required, Ryan, take it away. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
Ads and shit.
Ads.
Stuff.
Money.
Cha-ching. Wait. What the fuck? There we go. My computer just froze and did things. We don't like these things, Jack.
No, I don't.
We don't. Well, this is a fucking new MacBook, man. Come on. You know what's been causing me problems? So I have 2 Instagram accounts. I'm trying to find a way to get both of the Instagram accounts on my computer and then delete them from my phone. But because, Facebook's a douche canoe and trying to get my password information to bitch and a half, it's a problem. So it's been a hard time for me, bro. It's been a hard time. Not been a chill situation, not been a chill moment.
No.
Anyway.
But you are still a chill guy.
We're all chill guys here. We're both chill guys. We're both chill individuals. Playoffs.
Playoffs.
Oh, Jesus.
Playoffs?
Don't tell me about playoffs. Shout out to Jim Mora, Sr. Divisional playoff preview. We got 4 games to cover and 8 teams to talk about. So let's get out of the way. Your team, the Rams, go into Philadelphia to take on the number 2 seed Philadelphia Eagles. This is a bad matchup.
Here's the deal.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here's the deal. I before I dive in, I'm gonna say right now that I still expect the Eagles to win, but I'm going to tell you why I think the Rams can win the game. There are 2 players.
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
I had to. It was right there for the taking.
I hate you so much.
right there. You have the face of disappointment and disapproval.
What you have done has made God very unhappy.
What you have done has made God very unhappy.
Oh, I'm literally crying. That was funny as shit. Oh. Oh, God. God damn it. Continue. I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it. I promise. I promise. I'm not gonna play it again. Just talk your raps. It's so easy to do. Anyway, Jack.
So there are two
Hands
players.
in my pockets is fine. Hands in my pockets. It's okay.
Two players for the Eagles, Nakobe Dean and Brandon Graham. They dominated the shit out of the last time the Rams played the Eagles. And neither player is playing for the Eagles this Sunday. The Rams' O-line is fully healthy. I don't believe it was in that game against the Eagles. They've got their defense playing at a much higher level now. They've got Ahkello Witherspoon playing better. They've got Kobe Durant playing better. They've even got their kicker Josh Carty playing a whole lot better. So Rob Havenstein was out for that game. I think I mentioned that. Tyler Higbee, he was out for that game. It's a different Rams team, and the Eagles are going to be missing those two players that really kicked ass. And I think the only thing really that's going to stop the Rams from at least making it a true competitive game is that I hear it's supposed to be snowing during the game.
Oh, God, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nightmare scenario for you then. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it might slow the Eagles down a little bit, but it's going to slow the Rams down a lot. Like, that defense is going to have to play just like they did against Minnesota.
You have to play damn near perfect.
Am I saying 9 sacks? Not necessarily, although that would be nice, but I'm saying, you got to shut down and, throw a bunch of, I don't know, the same type of plays that they did against the Vikings that just confuse the shit out of their offensive line.
You
corner blitzes and stuff like that.
You essentially have to play damn near perfect to win this game.
I need to watch the feed against the film again. I have to get in there and dive into the Rams film. But yeah, no, you get what I'm saying.
Yep.
The Rams, they've got a chance, especially with the way their pass rush is playing. But they've always struggled against mobile quarterbacks. But again, with Dean out, with Brandon Graham out, and those two being the real difference makers for the Eagles last time, I think it's gonna. I don't know. It's a tough O line. It's a really tough O line to play against if you're the Rams pass rush. So hopefully, Ahkello Witherspoon is starting with Kobe Durant, and if the defense gets their shit together, you never know. They got a chance at the very least.
We shall see. So you're telling me there's a chance. Anyway,
I am telling you there's a chance.
Texans and Chiefs. I sense trap game.
Is it weird to me that on paper you'd say, oh yeah, the Chiefs are winning this game, but then you feel like maybe there was a shot, there was a real shot for the Texans here?
Yeah, I don't trust Kansas City here because a lot of their games as they've won have been very close or by dumb luck.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna get dumb luck again in the playoffs, but you really never know. That's
really
the reason.
Never know at this point. And let me preface this by saying, I don't think we hate the Chiefs. I think we hate how much the NFL's dick sucked them left and right. Because we get it. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. We understand that. And the Chiefs...
They've won the last 3 Super Bowls. It's understandable why. It's frustrating.
2.
They've won 3 of the last 5.
Don't spoil the script.
That's what I meant to say, is they've won 3 of the last 5. Because they won 54... Is it 3 of the last 5?
I don't fucking
3 of the last 4. They won 54. No, they lost 55, but they were in 55. They were never in 56. Go Rams. They won 57 and they won 58. So yeah, 3 of the last 5 they've won.
Anyway,
so it's understandable why you hear about them all the time from the NFL. It's a little bit frustrating and repetitive, sure, but that's the reason why.
The fans deserve it, yeah, because the Chiefs were a doormat from the 80s and the 90s and most of the 2000s and 2010s. And you can't feel bad for the fans. You can't because, good for them. But holy Christ, I watched the Chiefs play most of the season, and every time I watch them, I go, why do I feel like this team's such a gigantic fraud? Why? Why do I feel this way, Jack?
I don't know. It's just because it's one of those things where the Chiefs are like, I said basically all season long that as long as one phase of their game is going the right way or in their favor, they should be winning games.
Yeah.
But then there are like the dumb luck games where they get like a blocked special team punt or a blocked field goal or like something else, like I don't even know what, but like just like against the
Dumb
Ravens. Luck. They would have lost that game to the Ravens if Isaiah Likely's toe is inbounds. Like, it's stuff like that.
It's dumb bullshit. That's all it is. That's all it is. But before we go off the deep end about the Chiefs and their bullshittery fest, Washington goes to Detroit to take on the number 1 seed and the de facto top team in the entire NFL, the Detroit Lions.
This is another one where Washington kind of has a shot, too. Like,
weirdly enough, I'm with you. I'm weirdly enough with you on this one.
I wouldn't like the Lions are a solid team, but they're also like, while they have gotten their fair share of blowout wins where they look convincingly good and like they look like the best team in the league, they've also had a lot of close wins too, where it's like one possession losses or wins or something like that. Like the Rams in the season opener, that one went down to overtime. If the Rams don't lose the coin toss in overtime, they get a chance to at least touch. I'm not going to say the game will go one way or the other off of a coin toss, but the fact is the Rams in a game where they were playing well and up to the competition didn't touch the ball again in overtime because they lost the coin toss.
Correct.
So, I mean, play defense, but still, you get the point.
Yeah, I get your point. But at the same point, Detroit should win. Detroit should host the NFC title game. They deserve it because Detroit's been a fucking...
Some of their fans don't.
Sure. Yeah, well, I can agree with you on that.
My experience with some Lions fans online has been less than pleasant. Well, also,
fuck Twitter.
Yeah, fuck Twitter.
Fuck Twitter.
I gotta tell you a story about Lions fans.
Please do.
Or not just Lions, but like a tweet came on my feed late last night. Once again, we are still somehow revisiting the Stafford Goff trade. And we're like asking like who won the trade. This is like the ML football account or whatever.
One of you has a Super Bowl.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. My quote tweet was, you can tell super easily who knows ball and who does it by looking at the replies. I'm going to read what I said word for word on Twitter. I really am. I'm looking at it right now. Because what a lot of Lions fans were saying, if the Lions win a Super Bowl, then they won the trade.
You won a Super Bowl.
That is not how it works. Because the point is, like, the Rams, if the Lions do go on to win the Super Bowl this year or next year or whenever, if they get a Super Bowl out of this with those players that they traded for too, that takes nothing away from the fact that the Rams literally, they made the trade to win a Super Bowl and they got exactly what they wanted as a direct result. As a direct result from that trade, they won a Super Bowl.
In 1 year.
They made the trade to do it and they got it.
In 1 year.
And
it's the same argument that I had with Jet fans. They're arguing with the Jamal Adams trade. Same situation.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the Jets still stink. There's your argument.
Here's the thing, too. The Rams, right now, as things stand, are just as close to the Lions as winning another Super Bowl. I say another, the Lions haven't won a Super Bowl, but like, or at least
I get your point. I get your point.
But like, yeah, you get the idea. It's like the Rams could win another Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford, and it's like, okay, well then that's when you can lean more towards saying, okay, now the Rams really actually won this trade. Most people are calling it 50-50.
It's 50-50 at this point.
That's fine to me. That is fine with me. What's not fine with me is if you're like trying to be somebody who declares an outright winner of that trade and you're going to say it was the Lions, because the Rams have way more of a valid claim to winning this trade than the Lions would. If you were to declare a winner, but I don't think there is one. I think if you want to say that it's an even trade, because the Lions did not enter that trade to win a Super Bowl. They entered that trade for the future, to turn their team into what they are right now.
Yeah, look how it turned out.
It could work in their favor, but they haven't lifted the Lombardi yet. But the Rams, they made that trade to win a Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl the year they made the trade. So you cannot tell me they lost it by any means. You can't.
Nope. You are pissed off right now, my friend.
I hated that so much. Like, Lions fans are so blind.
Okay,
It's just they think Jared Goff is an MVP candidate.
He's not right now.
Put any quarterback behind that O-line, they'd be kicking ass. I'm just saying.
Anyway. That sound was easy. I'm sorry. Don't be pissed off.
I don't blame you. Call me a nerd. I don't give a shit.
I'm a nerd too, my friend. I am a nerd too, and I'm proud of that. Very good, sir.
You're damn proud of being a nerd.
I am proud of being a nerd. Have you seen my game collection, for God's sakes? Look at
I have.
behind
I've
me.
seen it back there. Have you seen all the shit in my background?
Yeah, I see all the shit in your background. You psychopath. Anyway, the MVP Bowl. Ravens and Bills in Buffalo.
I can't call it, but I know it's going to be a good game. I really hope it's not like what the Chiefs-Ravens game was in the AFC title game last year, where we expected it to be a bloodbath and it just wasn't. It was just a defensive shootout.
I want Buffalo to win so bad. So bad. However, that Ravens team's very good. They might be better than the Bills.
You know what would be a damn fun Super Bowl is the Bills and the Commanders.
Hear me out.
That would be fun.
Bills and Lions.
If the Rams can't win, of course.
Okay. I'm not
because you know me. You know me. I gotta root for my team. But
do you see my tattoos, bitch?
Yeah, I do.
Bitch.
See your hat too.
I'm not proud of this team right now, but regardless.
I'm not really proud of the Kings currently, but they're
the
not.
Kings have a better record than the Islanders.
But they're just Edmonton fucking got them again, and I'm pissed.
Can I play the Dave Chappelle?
Or here's another idea.
Okay, I cut myself there.
I wasn't gonna go anywhere beyond that. I'm just pissed that Edmonton again. It's so stupid, but whatever.
Puck. Forgot I had that.
I have this.
Yeah. Bills in overtime. 38-35.
Ooh. I have a Bills friend that would have a heart attack from that. But sure, why not?
Can you imagine? Hold on.
And here's the thing, too. Here's the thing. Bills fans.
Wide right.
If this game goes to overtime, Bills fans can't complain because they changed the overtime rule. So now both teams are going to get the ball in overtime if it goes to overtime. So they can't complain about if Baltimore wins the coin toss.
Unless if it's a touchdown.
No. Other team gets guaranteed a possession in overtime. In the playoffs, yeah. In the playoffs, it's different.
Oh, that's right. Oh, it's going to be a fuck fest. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. Oh, shit. So, we'll report back next week. Hopefully on time this time. Because final thoughts, it is 11 o'clock at night, and I am fucking happy we did this.
I am too. We engaged in our bullshit late at night, 2 weeks late, but screw it.
Indeed we did. Indeed we did. Indeed we did. Proud of myself. Proud of us. I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of us too. Look at us.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
We love these things.
With
that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this edition of IBS with Staniel Smooth. Be sure to report, right? Words are hard. Follow Jack.
Words.
Yep. Words. Words are hard. Follow Jack on Twitter at Starblade125. Subscribe to his show with Splash, the Sports Desk, YouTube channel in the description. Follow the show's follow Time to BS with Staniel Smooth at Time to BS Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. What do you think of the TikTok ban before we close up shop?
I am not really much of a TikTok user. I have a friend. I have a few friends who send me TikToks, and I enjoy them every now and then. But I'm not really much of a user of TikTok. I don't even know how to freaking put stuff on there. So
that solves that problem. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you. I'm coming to you from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York, and Jack's coming to you from the sunny state of California. This has been Time to Be also Staniel Smooth. I am fucking tired, and we will see you all in this life, and most certainly the next one. Cheers,
Peace.
Guys.